With the attack, you completely altered my life, dog walker Ryan Fischer told convicted gunman James Howard Jackson. Almost 2 years after he was shot in the chest and left bleeding on a sidewalk because he refused to hand over Lady Gaga's beloved French bulldogs, Ryan Fischer was in a Los Angeles courtroom Monday as the man who pulled the trigger was sentenced to 21 years in prison. Fischer, 41, flew to California for the occasion and gave an emotional victim impact statement shortly after gunman James Howard Jackson, 20, pleaded no contest to attempted murder with great bodily injury and admitted to a prior strike. The last-minute plea deal led prosecutors to drop related robbery and weapons charges. "You shot me and left me to die, and both of our lives have changed forever," Fischer told Jackson, describing the earth-shattering event that nearly killed him. Fischer described his difficult days and nights since the attack, filled with lung collapse after lung collapse, physical therapy and loss of career, friendships, aimlessly travelling the country, and rising debt. Still, he showed grace towards his assailants. "I do forgive you. With the attack, you completely altered my life. I know I can't completely move on from the night you shot me until I said those words to you," Fischer told Jackson before thanking him for not harming the dogs. "They were returned to their mum. I don't think I could have lived with myself if they'd died." Jackson, who was mistakenly freed from custody in April and finally recaptured in August, shot Fischer with a .40 caliber handgun at close range during a violent ambush on a sidewalk in Hollywood on the evening of February 24, 2021, prosecutors said. Jackson and his cohorts stalked and targeted Fischer over noticing he was walking 3 highly valuable French bulldogs. The men had no idea the precious pets, Asia, Gustav and Koji, belonged to Gaga, only that the dogs were a rare and coveted breed, prosecutors said. Fischer's brought back valiantly and took a bullet trying to save all 3 dogs. The dognappers managed to grab Gustav and Koji before fleeing the scene in a white Nissan Sentra. In dramatic testimony during a secret grand jury proceeding last year, Fischer said he was confused at first when the dognappers ambushed him and demanded the 3 animals. "They pointed down to the dogs, that they wanted the dogs, and I said no, and I started to scream for help and tried to fight back," Fischer testified according to a transcript obtained by Rolling Stone. He said the man with the gun threw him into a concrete embankment and began to choke me. He hit the man with a bottle of champagne purchased at a nearby store, broke free and tried to lunge for Koji.